Hey everyone. So I get a question from time to time that I thought would be fun to address on video. And the question is, have you ever undercharged for your services? So of course we're in SEO, and I think every single person in SEO, I don't care who you are, in the beginning you undercharged for your services. It's super easy for us to come in to the industry new, get a first couple of clients and really undercharge, not even understanding what we're doing at the time. I don't mean not understanding what we're doing in SEO, but I mean understanding that we've really severely undercharged. So I thought it was an interesting question because I know a lot of us are always looking for similarities and what did one person do and how did they get out of it. And there's also people always, coming into our industry as new. So way back in the day when I got started, it was many moons ago, no pun intended, or maybe a pun was intended. So many moons ago or many years ago, I got started in SEO, and I took on a client that was a plumbing company. I severely undercharged. I didn't think much about it when I got the client. I was glad to get the client. It was my first like paying client. It was my first kind of client where I was offering services and they signed right up. So I was super excited, signed them up, but it was a plumbing company and the terms were super competitive at the time for a really large city. And I severely undercharged. As I was working on it, I realized I had undercharged. I kept to my word though, and ranked their site for every single keyword I promised. But the whole time promising myself I would never undercharge again. And there's nothing like undercharging to really understand your value and to get a really good grip really fast on what you should be charging, what you plan to charge the next client, and so on. So I ended up undercharging them and keeping them as a client for actually 2 to 3 years. And as I tried to up my fees or include more services so that I could get the fees higher, they were super, super resistant. So I also learned if you come in too low, it's really hard to get them to catch up to your pay scale. And they're really resistant because you've already been giving them a really great service at a really low cost. Why would they pay more? There just isn't a lot of room there. So that was a quick lesson. I did stick to my word. I really do believe on delivering what you say you're going to deliver, unless it's just impossible or there's a Google algo that goes into place that makes it impossible to deliver. But I really think you need to stick to your word. And even if you undercharge, it's a really good lesson that I think most of us have to learn the hard way. After that one client, I think I've only undercharged maybe one other time, and other than that, those stories stick in my mind. I cannot ever forget them. And whenever I'm throwing out a quote or looking at the work, I make sure to really, uh, you know, take all of my time into consideration before I accept the job. So, of course, I think all of us have undercharged, but I think it can be really fun stories to even kind of talk about, because even though it was really, really hard lessons, it was a lesson that I really needed within this industry. I think it's easy for us to come in. We're new. We just want to pick up a couple clients. I mean, back in the day, picking up a couple clients meant we were paying bills, right? So it's important. I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of or embarrassed. I think it's important that we learn from our mistakes. And so when anybody asks, I quickly tell them about my plumbing client that never went away. I ranked the heck out of them, but as a consequence, I never took on another plumbing client. I was kind of burned from that niche, and I rarely, if ever, will be undercharge again. So that's my story. If you have a story that's similar, drop it into the comments and let us know. I think it's really fun to share these types of stories. and tell me whatever horror story or whatever first beginning story you have of undercharging for your services. See you guys in the next video.